In the heart of an ancient Yoruba kingdom, where the forest sang at dawn and the rivers whispered stories into the wind, lived a tortoise named IJAPA, a creature famous across the land for his cleverness, and even more for his greed. IJAPA believed the world owed him everything. Food? He believed he deserved the sweetest. Respect? He thought it should be his birthright. Wealth? He felt only fools didn't chase it. One year, a terrible famine swept through all the villages. Yam barns dried up. Market stalls stood empty. Even the animals of the forest became thinner than shadows. But at the far edge of the kingdom lived the Sky King, a mysterious ruler who owned a magical drum that produced food whenever beaten. The drum was said to create anything the heart desired: pounded yam steaming like clouds, palm wine dripping with sweetness, roasted bushmeat that glowed in the moonlight, fruits that tasted like morning dew. But the Sky King was not generous. He believed mortals needed hardship to learn humility. Still, the starving animals decided to send a messenger to beg him for help. Who would go? The leopard was feared for his temper. The gazelle was too timid. The elephant was too slow. But IJAPA, the tortoise, puffed out his chest and stepped forward. "Who else can reason with a king," he said, "if not I, the wisest creature in the forest?" The animals looked at one another. They didn't trust him, but they had no alternative. The journey to the sky. IJAPA packed a leaf bag with only one thing: confidence. Then he began the long journey toward the high mountain where the Sky King's golden ladder reached down from the clouds. The climb was steep, but IJAPA kept going, imagining the aroma of magical food. When he finally reached the Sky Palace, its walls shimmered like sunlit rain. The Sky King listened to him speak. He was tall, clothed in swirling blue fabrics, his eyes glowing like stars. "Tortoise," the king said, "I will help your people. Take this drum. When you beat it, food will appear. But remember, share it. Use it wisely. Greed will destroy you." IJAPA bowed deeply, but inside his heart, greed was already dancing. The drum of endless food. As soon as IJAPA returned to Earth, he tried the drum in secret. He tapped it gently. Boom! Instantly, mountains of food exploded around him. Yam, fish, plantain, honey, soups that steamed like sacred incense. IJAPA ate until he couldn't move. He was supposed to take the drum to the animals. Instead, he hid it in his house and feasted alone for days. Whenever the hungry animals asked where the food was, he lied. "I am fasting to gain wisdom," he said with fake holiness. But the animals grew suspicious. The squirrel noticed the smell of stew coming from IJAPA's compound. The parrot saw bowls stacked at his window. Eventually, they confronted him. Under pressure, IJAPA decided to show them the drum, but not before he made a secret plan. The trick. IJAPA took the animals to a clearing and struck the drum. Food burst out, more than they had ever seen. The animals rejoiced, dancing and shouting. But before they could eat, IJAPA said, "Wait! Before we share this blessing, each of you must bring me a gift." The animals hesitated. This was never part of the Sky King's instruction. Still, hunger weakened their minds. They agreed and rushed off, leaving IJAPA alone with the feast. And IJAPA ate everything. When the animals returned with gifts, the food was gone. IJAPA pretended the drum had malfunctioned. But the Sky King, watching from above, was not fooled. The curse. That night, as IJAPA slept, a booming thunder shook the sky. The Sky King descended with blazing fury. "Tortoise, you were warned. Greed has blinded you. You shall learn humility." He snatched the magical drum away and replaced it with a cursed one. "Beat it," he commanded. Terrified, IJAPA struck the drum. Boom! Instead of food, fierce warriors armed with sticks and whips sprang out. They chased IJAPA across the village, beating him until his shell cracked in hundreds of places. He ran, tumbled, cried, and begged for mercy, but the warriors kept hitting him until he collapsed. Only then did the Sky King call them back into the drum. "This," the king said, "is your new gift. Let it remind you that blessings are wasted on the greedy." And with that, he vanished into the clouds, never to return. the lesson that lives forever. IJAPA survived, but his shell was never the same. Before the beating, it had been smooth and shiny. Afterwards, it became rough, cracked, and patterned, the scars of greed. Ashamed, he returned to the animals, but none trusted him again. From that day, the tortoise carried his broken shell everywhere he went, a living reminder that greed may fill your stomach today, but it empties your future forever.